Sorry. So ano po ba ang best scenario for Tatay Digong mapauwi sa Pilipinas? Know that the interim release is only a provisional release. It's not really freedom. So he's going to be hosted by the government who already expressed their willingness to host him. This government or this country is remained undisclosed. Perhaps in due time it will be released. But as of the time of filing up until today, the documents which was submitted supplementary to the application of the urgent interim release already stated that the redacted versions also encompassed the information regarding which government or which country. So that's why everybody right now is on the waiting game para malaman natin kung saan ba talaga sa natin pupunta. Doon po sa interim release, guys, it is a provisional release in the sense that he needs to stay in that country. Most specifically, the country should be outside the geographical context of where the alleged crimes happen. Doon po siya titira while the trial is pending before the ICC. The best possible scenario for Tatay Digong to be brought back finally, free, literally, from any whatever legal charges, allegations, or whatnot, is for the challenge with respect to jurisdiction be decided be decided favorable to the defense. Kasi doon sa motion kasi na challenge with respect to jurisdiction, it has outlined that because of the said arguments, hindi na po dapat si Tatay Digong. Wait lang guys kasi may checking. Kamusta po kayo mga kababayan? Today is Monday and hopefully we will receive an update from the ICC. I checked po, wala pa pong update with respect to sa urgent motion for interim release. And then also, ano po ba? Thank you po, Ma'am Abelia. I love you too. Again, nanawagan po ako sa mga kababayan natin that let us not forget to pray for PRRD. If you listen to the pronouncement of VP Inday doon sa pagtitipon nila sa Melbourne, Australia, she made mention of how skinny PRRD. He was never as skinny as now, even before his marriage. Well, I hope to hear more about the details with respect to interim release ni Tatay Digong in the coming days or this week, because most likely we will have a lot of focus naman kasi there's no visitation from the family this week kasi wala po schedule due to the very hectic and very heavy security measures imposed, I think, by the NATO or something. There's, for whatever reason, that's what we received, na wala po talagang visitation for this week para kay Tatay Digong. Yeah, and also, think or take into account kung sinabi ni VP Inday na he was never as thin or even skinnier before nung hindi pa siya kinasal. Even yung college days siguro niya, or maybe because yung talagang pumayat daw siya ngayon. So one can only think, how do we characterize what payat is? Yun yung iniisip ko palagi. Alam mo yun, imposing or something. Yun. Well, okay naman daw si tatay health-wise, but talagang pumayat daw siya while thinking that he's already 80 years old. I can only imagine how skinny or how payat is payat in this context. So yun po ang iniisip ko palagi. Thank you guys for supporting, like, you know, even if I go live on YouTube, talagang, you know, I feel so honored and privileged talaga na you are giving me that like, you know, warmth and love and I don't even know how to explain that. It is such a serene feeling that, I don't know why.
Concert is
Yeah, happy Monday, and again, there's no update yet with respect sa interim release. So that's something that I'm really putting my attention to, kasi nga I want to make sure that you will have again the first hand knowledge about that as soon as the decision is out. Yun naman iniisip ko. Later po after work, I will go to Duterte Street. Don't worry po about that. Prima MSR, thank you ha. I feel very honored talaga that you are giving me this love, unconditional love. I feel like sometimes I think, who am I? Bakit nila ako ginaganyan? Like, what have I done to deserve the love? So that's why I need to reciprocate that love through showing my consistency, through showing that, what I'm passionate about is that I try to share it with all of you, literally, because that's the least that I could do. To be very much responsible of what I say or do, to engage in a very political discussion, but more on the ethical aspect of it. To try to break the tiny pieces of whatever it is that we are facing, and try to make it relatable to an ordinary person like myself. Yan yung iniisip ko. So, exactly. Honestly, guys, to be honest, ano ba ang mangyayari? Ano ba ang way para kay Tatay Digong makalabas sa I have no inside information about Jobel Ambat, about President Trump going to the ICC, because as far as I know, he is joining the NATO summit, not the ICC, going to the ICC. Sorry. So ano po ba ang best scenario for Tatay Digong mapauwi sa Pilipinas? Know that the interim release is only a provisional release. It's not really freedom. So he's going to be hosted by the government who already expressed their willingness to host him. This government or this country is remained undisclosed. Perhaps in due time it will be released. But as of the time of filing up until today, the documents which was submitted supplementary to the application of the urgent interim release already stated that the redacted versions also encompassed the information regarding which government or which country. So that's why everybody right now is on the waiting game para malaman natin kung saan ba talaga sa natin pupunta. Doon po sa interim release, guys, it is a provisional release in the sense that he needs to stay in that country. Most specifically, the country should be outside the geographical context of where the alleged crimes happen. Doon po siya titira while the trial is pending before the ICC. The best possible scenario for Tatay Digong to be brought back finally, free, literally, from any whatever legal charges, allegations, or whatnot, is for the challenge with respect to jurisdiction be decided favorable to the defense. Kasi doon sa motion kasi na challenge with respect to jurisdiction, it has outlined that because of the said arguments, hindi na po dapat si Tatay Digong. Wait lang guys kasi may checking. Sana puntahan ni Trump si Tatay Digong. Yeah, that would be the best thing ever. But there's some information, of course, not for public consumption, but there are some information I shouldn't be saying that. Good morning po. Daghan na lagi nga post na TikTok na adto daw sa Japan si Tatay. I don't know who orchestrated this information, foisting it as true, but I don't even have any idea na sa Japan ba si Tatay pupunta. No? Again, mga kababayan, I am urging all of us talaga, including myself, to be very discerning and critical with the things that we read and see, watch, or listen online, because any information can be created by people with brains or without brains to just put out there a narrative that suits their propaganda. Look at what's happening. If somebody like put it out in the open na doon si Tatay ganito ganyan, so the speculation or with respect to public opinion will definitely be a something that is unwanted, because that's an unnecessary energy spent to a narrative or a propaganda aimed at what, I don't know, making people think of something that is not even factual in nature. So let us be okay nang kamot nato diha, sakit gihapon. So let us be discerning as a citizen, as an ethical digital citizen. Alam nyo, because if we are going to just believe what people say or do or write or whatnot or put out in the digital sphere, it is so easy for them rather, to manipulate or just put out their information which is not even representative of a reality or the factual statements representing the truth. So we cannot please refrain from believing of something that is not even close to the truth, because then these individuals will just be, how do I say that, empowered to exercise these activities in greater numbers. Talagang i-multiply pa nila yan, because yung mga, alam mo yung reception ng tao dito, alam ko po na lahat tayo gusto na talaga si Tatay Digong na mapauwi sa Pilipinas. At i-welcome natin siya. But let us put our energy where it needs to be. Let us put our energy in prayers. Let us put our energy in our steadfast showing of our support and love for him, but not in trying to argue with other individuals sa mga different different platforms, saying that this particular narrative or propaganda is a representation of what is factual or truth. The truth. So, it could be associated to clickbaiting na tinitig, because Tatay Digong is really hot of a topic right now to become a content or whatnot. Yan yung ginagawa ng iba. Nagiging clickbait na siya. Yung headline sa mga videos is ganito, nakauwi na si Tatay Digong, pero pa mga pagayon-ganyan. So, let us be ethical and responsible, discerning digital citizens. So yun po I hope that we're going to engage in such a manner para po mawala po yung mga behavior na ganoon, na alam mo yung kinikreate lang yung mga content or mga information for the sake of what, engagements or whatnot. Doon lang po tayo sa tama, mga kababayan, para po magkaroon po ng benchmark of what is expected from a content creator or whoever it is that's using a platform or has a platform to reach the X number of people. Diba? If you are going to make these individuals be held accountable of whatever it is that they're posting, then you should also say, that's not even the truth. Why would you think that we're going to watch that? Because the more you watch it, the more you're giving them empowerment that, I can also do this maybe on a different angle. Ganun po yun, mga kababayan. So, again, doon sa interim release po, I am hopeful that they are going to, again, approve. They're going to grant this motion or petition, also specifically because it was already stated but in the motion that there's no opposition from the prosecution, which to me was a little bit, why did the prosecution not do it? Because that's the job of the prosecution to show that PRRD, with respect to the motion, is not or shouldn't be given interim release. But with the motion submitted by the lead counsel, Attorney Kaufman, it is suggesting that we already spoke sort of to the prosecution team. They are expressing their non-opposition. So the only reason not to grant it, in my own opinion, is for the ICC to see other to see it differently. That again, the interim release is a legal remedy under the Rome Statute. That especially most especially if the person is an accused, not even a convicted one. So it, when there are no elements present for justifying the continued detention of the individual, the interim release becomes a right. That's yan po ang totoo. It becomes a right of an individual. It's not even an option anymore. It is the right of an individual to be granted the interim release. Yan po ang katotohanan.
Scripts, yeah.
That is why, to my mind, I always think, if I'm the receiving end of an information that I put out there, if I read it, if I watch it, if I listen to it, would it make me believe that particular information being put out there? Is that going to put me in a situation where I'm going to start doubting whatever it is that's put out there? That's yan po ang iniisip ko palagi. That's why happy to sa patinawag ito lang apart from yan po ang iniisip ko palagi. Sorry, hello po Rowena. Na I want people to receive information how I also want their information to be received. Na reliable, factual, there's no narrative, there's no angling, just the pure and real representation of what's happening on the ground. That's how I initially wanted to cover the development with respect to Tatay Digong situation here sa The Hague. Wala pa akong mga naratibong gustong ipakita or i-sensationalize or whatnot. No, just the real and factual representation of the facts. Ayaw ko po magbigay ng false hope sa mga tao. Because in the manner, I also don't want people to to give me false hope. Especially if I'm so concerned about the individual. I'm talking about President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Then I want to know everything about what's happening with him and with respect. Hello guys, tignan nyo guys. My God, tignan nyo naman yung mga tangki guys. Nakita nyo yun, mga tangke? My God. It's really warm. Ang mga tangke. Yung mga missiles and everything. You prepare na. God help us. Gamitan gani critical thinking, no? Dakong balita kung may tapo. Sabat, i-search yung Google, fact check. Kabalo, usap naman po tayo mag-google. Di na tayo mag-away, guys, about that. Because we are sharing all the same sentiment. We all only wanted to know what's happening of Tatay, with respect to Tatay Digong. Yan po ang katotohanan. So, ako I'm very concerned. Especially when I, look at my feed or blah, blah, blah. I see people saying, ganito po, nakauwi na si Tatay, ganito. And then I check, a lot of people are reacting, why are we engaging in gullible behavior? Parang, alam mo yun, kaya tingin din sa atin ng mga tao, even mismo mga kababayan natin na, pwede lang ito ma-manipulate kasi naniniwala naman agad-agad, ganito, ganyan. That's why when we are engaging in gullible behavior, ang ginagawa po natin is that we are giving license to these individuals to take advantage of us being gullible, for those people who are gullible. So yan po ang iniisip ko palagi. Malapit na ako, guys. Yes, ma'am. Kasi ako din, iniisip ko, kung super techy naman yung pag-explain, how can somebody understand that? If the language of the information is only as anchored on, let's say, the legal jargons or whatnot. So ako naman, I'm not a lawyer. So I try to understand it, and how I understood things, I try to relay as a representative, only anchored on the factual nature of the situation. Yun naman ang iniisip ko palagi. Analisa tayong hello po sa inyo lahat. Mabuhay po kayo. Scenario. I honestly think Jamaya Vandemir, kasi nga it has formed part of our culture or our tradition na ganyan naman talaga yung ginagawang engagement. Kaya it's very difficult to discern on whether or not the information is, kasi nga ang engaged na behavior is that ipakain na lang yung information and they are already expecting that the information is correct. But however, if it's from individuals or institutions or organizations na engaging in behavior in very unethical approach of twisting the facts of putting information or news na mayroong naratibo, so they are also going to receive an information with a narrative. Let's say the narrative is anchored on spreading black propaganda about that individual. So most likely they're just only going to receive information which is already part of a massive interconnected black propaganda effort. Alam niyo naman sa atin, most likely, most particularly if we are talking about elections, yan yung ginagamit nila. They are only resorting to character assassination. Alam mo yun, yung mga ganon. I also don't want to be mapag-iwanan ng mga information relating to ano bang nangyayari kay Tatay Digong. I also want information na makakatulong sa akin to better, alam mo yun, na maging aware and involved pa rin sa mga ginagawa natin. Wait lang ha. 3 months ako nakafollow ni mo, tags na ko as loyalty award, sir. Oo. Kung pwede pa lang, guys, na, but honestly, with all humility and with all gratefulness, I feel so blessed na binigyan niyo ako ng pagkakataon, kahit sinubok na yung aking with all the allegations and everything. A lot of you, everybody who's been following this page, remained, how do I say that? Remained true doon sa paniniwala nila sa akin, with whatever it is that has been thrown towards me, being double agent, being bayaran, being chipmunk, being whatnot, to be honest, it made me realize that no amount of whatever propaganda will ever overturn the truth. because the truth will always prevail. Meron ng mga 30,000 euro, mga kung ano-ano na lang. I would have wanted to address each and every allegation, but to me, I just thought it's enough. I just want to put my focus and my strength to what matters to me. And what matters to me is to cover what's happening to Tatay Digong, is to be as real a person, to deliver what's factual and nothing more. And it's up to the people to appreciate the information being put out there. Because again, I always put myself in the shoes of those who are watching and following. If I were also watching and following someone with respect to the contemporary issues, particularly the one that's happening or being done to former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, I would also want information only as raw, as real and representative to what's really happening. Yan lang po iniisip ko. Oo. Wala pa akong ibang hidden agenda or whatnot. I am just nothing but doing my bit of being a Filipino. Talaga. I feel like it's my mandate, it's my duty as a Filipino to do this for my country. Ano lang naman ang pwede mong magawa sa pagka-Pilipino? To do the right thing when no one else is watching. To do the right thing when all things turn sour and everything. To always keep the focus that I initially had and will always have until the end of all this circumstance or situation na we are all facing. Yun lang naman. Nobody knows. Nobody knows ano po talaga the definite timeline or the definite date kung kailan si Tatay Digong makauwi sa Pilipinas. Nobody knows that. Only the lawyers, perhaps, and the family members. But with respect to talagang malaman nila kung kailan lalabas, it's only when the decision with respect to the motion to challenge with respect to jurisdiction, dyan siguro malaman na talaga nila. And through their lawyers, they will know na whether or not the motion is approved or dismissed.